Hey guys, we're here at YCS Vancouver with Forbes, obviously a very dedicated SUSHIP player. Maybe just tell us your story. What's with the SUSHIP stuff?
Yeah, so I'll reintroduce myself. I'm Forbes Koo. I saw this deck and I thought it was really funny at first, and as I played it, I kind of liked it. And it's also like one of those decks that it's like, so I always wanted to like, whenever I play at an event, I wanted to be able to make people like have a good time. So what's better? Playing against a guy in a costume. I just got this costume. I had this custom made on Etsy, and I had this made by a friend. So for people ask, not friend, it's just a guy on Instagram. His name is Pigmented. That's his shop. But for anyone asked in the comments, I am not a trained sushi chef. I can make rolls.
Let's get right to the list then.
Yep. So we'll start with the SUSHIP part. So before I explain, and some SUSHIP purists will hate me for saying this, a lot of the SUSHIP cards don't do a lot. So we'll start with the three main. So 3 Shari, 3 Shari Red. The Shari Red will count as a Shari and also not while it's in your deck, and it's also one of your main 2-card combos. 3 Uni, your other 2-card combo, and also the best SUSHIP that's not Shari Red, and the 1 Ikura. I don't run Shirawo, and I run one of this because it by itself doesn't do much for you. More often than not, it messes up your potential draws and outs and stuff, and also it makes you very susceptible to draw because of its effect as you attempt to add a card to your hand. And then Ikura of the Xyz, we'll bring that up later, but also the Xyz for Ikura is also not that good in an OTK standpoint, which people will be confused about at first, but I'll explain in a bit. Next, we're gonna go the other engine I run in this deck, and one suggested by Toby. Adventure, 2 Water Enchantress, 1 Griffin Rider, 3 Rite of Aramasir, 1 Dracoback, and the 1 of Fateful Adventure. And the final piece for the non-engine, like, 2-card starters, Revolution Synchron, Globe Bulb on steroids. So this card is your, so the main 2-card starter engines would be Adventure with Revolution, or the SUSHIP cards, and pairs of these, or these 2 together, and this plus this. So with this plus this, you end with Barone and High Speed Road Shambra, which is usually about 7,600 damage on board by itself without the normal, with normal summon, because you did a normal summon the Revolution. This one, you would end up with, you usually make Uni, and I'll explain why Uni is the best one, why I'm running 3 Uni instead. But so that would be this line. Next for some more non-engine, Kurikara, your best small world bridge in the deck. It also functions as a board breaker, although it very rarely comes up as that. 1 Gameciel, 2 Dogoran. I used to run 2 Lava Globes instead, and I realized I actually want my normal summon in this deck, in this build at least, not this deck. So Dogoran instead, 1-for-1 removes these all small world into anything I need in this deck. So that will be the board breakers monsters. 2 Fenrir, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Imperm, and this is technically not a hand trap, but 3 Book of Moon. Consistency, 2 Small World. Everything in this deck is Small World into each other, so the main reason why you run this. 2 Thrusts, 2 Tactics, pretty self-explanatory. The 1 Herald of the Abyss, and the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster.
Okay.
So again, since I'm going second, so I didn't mention this, the deck prefers to go blind second. That is the main deck.
Alright, on to the extra.
Extra deck, again, SUSHIP purists will hate me for this again, but
There's probably not many of them.
there's quite a few. There's
okay.
There's a few that are very vocal about this, but this is just my preferred build, and it's the one I found that works the best in this format. 2 Uni, straight up the best SUSHIP. Its effect, besides the draw that every SUSHIP Xyz has, is when it's synchro summon made with the right parts, it can attack directly. And its other effect, this is a soft once per turn, you can permanently negate any effect of a card that is face up. So, fun fact for this, because it is a quick effect, you can chain it directly to any card that's activated in a chain to permanently negate it. So it's a weird sort of omni-negate, but it's during my main phase and my opponent's battle phase only. So, funny fact, this deck doesn't die evenly because you literally cannot evenly it because of this thing. Soft once per turn, so I have 2 of these. I can permanently negate 4 things. But it's it has to be 2 targets at a time, basically. The 1 of Ikura, Same thing, draw a card. If it's made with Akura, you can attack twice. If any exceeds SUSHIP deals battle damage, pop a card on the field. This comes up mostly to blow out floodgates. Doesn't stop skill drain, but it can break anti-spell, it can break Secret Village, which came up in my last game. Blows up Fateful, which I saw a lot of Adventure today. And just blows up any card in general. So if they have an Arise Heart with not enough materials and you have this, you just go straight to battle and deal damage to them with this, swinging this directly. You just blow up their Arise Heart and they kind of just sit there going, oh. Yay. 2 Zeus. Again, card I don't get why it's at 3. 1 Thunder Charger. This is how you go into a format Zeus off of Uni. So attack, do this, go into Zeus, you have format Zeus. Synchro package. I'm just gonna explain this real quick. The reason why I went for the Synchro package is because D-Barrier is kind of kicking around in this format. So Labs around, Unchains around. A lot of decks side it because a lot of decks are kind of one note right now. They only use one form of extra deck summoning. So I had to like sort of pivot because this deck just hard dies to D-Barrier and it's basic. So you run 1 Barone, 1 Draco Berserker. I'm probably gonna cut this. This didn't come up very often. 1 Crystal Wing, came up all the time. Shooting Riser, shout out to Michael. This card actually came out a lot this form today. Like, you can make Black Rose during your opponent's turn to blow up their board. I made Barone during my opponent's turn one time. It was really dumb. But this card is surprisingly good in this deck because you can also pitch Water Enchantress. And Water Enchantress lets you, for the next turn, set up if you don't have anything else. Black Rose Moonlight. This card also came up when it's summoned, bounce a card that's level 5 or above that's special summoned, and then if your opponent does it, if your opponent special summons a level 5 or above monster, you can then bounce another card on the field, which once per turn, it's pretty decent. High Speed Road Shanbara. A bit of a strange one, but this is one of the 2-card combos off of just Revolution and Rite of Eremyr. This is about 4k damage. 4.6, so this with a Barone is 7.6, and this is just off Rite and Revolution. And then 2 Link monsters. Lingaribo, because I absolutely hate doing with Ibly. And then BLS, Soldier of Chaos. This card was actually sort of the MVP of this deck today. It came up so often. Side deck is pretty straightforward. 3 Nib, 3 Shifter. Yes, I hate the fact that I have to play that, but it is there. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Again, deck's worst matchup is back row removal, back row deck, so I have to run some removal alongside the Heart Beast. 2 Encore, just because I don't like playing against Purely, but I never played against Purely today, so it kind of just sat there for the most part. And then the part of my extra deck that I hate the most, my side deck that I hate the most, but it's there because it's a necessity and did come up today. 3 D-Barrier, 1 Trap Ring.
Thank you again so much for the deck profile. Any final words?
I hope everyone had fun at this YCS. It was not a huge one, but overall it was a pretty nice one. Shout out to my friends. Our friend group, we call it Peeporiboh. We do have a YouTube channel of the same name. Just look us up. My deck profile will also be up on there. Some of us will have some podcast content probably where we talk about our experiences, just stuff. And shout out to Toby, another member of our group, helped me with the deck building. Shout out to Nate Shimada for roasting my deck builds and telling me to fix what I had for going second. But thank you for everyone who helped me build this deck. Thank you to everybody who stopped me to say they appreciate me. Thank you to that. And for the most part, yeah, I just hope everyone has a great time. I cannot talk. Like and subscribe. But otherwise, that's everything from me. Hope you guys have a great day.
Awesome, thank you.